A very good morning to our lecturer, T.S. Dr. Ahmad Fuad. My name is Kesavanaya Analaki Madhavan. Okay, today I am going to present my individual assignment, audit on corrective and preventative maintenance requirement for UTEM Healthcare Center at main campus of University Technical Malaysia Melaka. Now I explain the history of the building. Okay, I choose for my audit. I choose UTEM Healthcare Center. The introduction of the UTEM Healthcare Center. Healthcare was established on 9 June 2014. It is a main objective of providing the best medical facility for students and staff. The Healthcare Center also initiates healthy lifestyles and well-being through structure, activities and programs. The healthcare is a unit under the Student Affairs Office operates at all three campuses, the main campuses and the technology campuses. Third slide is explain about the audit on the building services. I choose a building services for my audit. Okay, in the building services I explain about four main criteria. First is HVAC, second is electrical, third is plumbing and sanitary, and fourth is fire protection. For HVAC, modern HVAC systems are designed not only to meet the cooling and relative humidity requirements, but to also provide the equipment efficiency and low construction methods and optimize system demands in order to achieve high energy efficiency. Being a complex system, HVACs require regular maintenance to prevent mold growth in the supply head duct and ensure the precise functioning of sensors. These practices are mandatory requirements for maintaining a healthy and comfortable indoor environment in the buildings. The common HVAC defects in UTEM healthcare centers are: first is the chiller plant, second is cooling tower, third is a air handling unit and fan coil unit, and fourth is air distribution and terminal systems, and last one is the indoor environment. For chiller plant, the chiller plant problems are compressor problem, insufficient slow cooling, chill water pipe, condenser leakage and condensation. For cooling tower problems, the cooling tower problems are biological fouling and a Legionella outbreak. For air handling, problems in the air handling are air distribution system efficiency and noisy operation and excessive vibration. Air distribution, the common problem in the air distribution and the terminal system is dirty and moldy ductwork and the filter media choke at the air terminal, and last one is the indoor environment. Due to the leakage in the roofs and the wall make a ceiling dirt and affect the indoor environment. As a periodic system, failure is expected in a HVAC system. The restoration of the system to its normal operable state in a given timetable is important. Disgrading the preventative maintenance for components which require energy sources will reduce the HVAC service life, resulting in an untimely HVAC component replacement and a spark switch in the operational cost. The maintainability of the HVAC system could be considered during the design stage to ensure the adequate access for inspection, maintenance and repair all the components. Second is electrical. To design installation, the maintenance of electrical system differs significantly based on the power rating. In the code of the practical for electrical installation, 600 volt is considered low voltage and usually employed in the commercial buildings in Malaysia. The usual electrical system components are transformer wiring, distribution equipment, the protective device, lighting, standby, emergency power supply, and grounding light protection system. Many defects of electrical system occur due to other services that share the same service spaces. For example, the seepage through the building's component and mismatch of a lighting grid. Information regarding these critical aspects should be conveyed to the relevant professional at the outset of the project. The identified electrical system defects. The identified electrical system defects in the UTM Healthcare Center is: first is a general performance and hazards, B transformer, C cable wiring, D distribution equipment, E is a protective device, lighting, standby energy power, grounding and lighting protection system, and earthing defects. Integrating predictive maintenance and maintainability issue at the design stage could maximize the electrical system efficiency as well as effectiveness of the performance throughout the building's life cycle. Third is plumbing and sanitary. The sanitary and plumbing system, the main function are provide to hot and cold water and remove liquid waste or liquid-borne solid waste. For any water supply, especially potable water, and any pollution or odor and toxicity should be completely prevented. In order to ensure the health and safety of the public and cleaning personnel, it is mandatory to avoid any blockage or flooding of sewage system by controlling the surcharge. The identified sanitary plumbing system defects pertain to: first is a general plumbing issues. Examples: water supply general defects and leakage joints in inaccessible area. Second is underground and overhead storage tank. Third is a water supply system, for example, corrosion and scaling of pipe valve, damaging pipe, water hammer, and excessive vibration. Fourth is general pumps and sewage pumps. Fifth, the sanitary fixtures and fittings. Sixth is sanitary piping. And seven is sewage ejectors, and last one is sewer and manhole. Design changes concerning sanitary and plumbing system should not be encouraged since it's highly expensive and challenging to implement during the operation stage. Proper design, construction and maintenance of sanitary and plumbing system should also put extra emphasis on ensuring a high standard of health of building users. The last one is fire protection. Fire protection system is a standardized element as approved by the local fire department. For performance-oriented design for protection system, various recognized guidelines such as the Malaysian Fire Safety Engineering Guidelines can be consulted. The fire authority is notified in advance for any shutdown due to the maintenance, especially when the automatic sprinklers are under maintenance. Such shutdowns could be scheduled during the normal working hours and finish in the shortest possible time. If required, special precaution, for example, fire patrol, temporary water connection, could be employed. The fire safety defects rise in this chapter concern. First is a detection and communication system. Second is a fire hydrant system. Third is a fire hose. Fourth is a sprinkler system. Fifth is the portable fire extinguisher. For example, poor discharge of the portable fire extinguisher or obstructed fire door. And last one is a fire escape and related services. Consideration for the maintainability of fire protection system at the design stage could prevent the occurrence of these identified defects. Making sure that the fire protection system is a proper condition could help avoid inconveniences during the cases of the false alarms. The fourth slide is explain the type of maintenance implemented in the UTM Healthcare Center. First maintenance they implement is corrective, and second one is preventive. For corrective maintenance is a maintenance task performed to restore or non or underperforming asset to an optimum or operational condition. This corrective maintenance definition may mean different things depending on your organization or industry. For example, corrective maintenance in equipment-centric business may be repair the replacements of the fast warm down. A maintenance technician may notice a degrading part while performing preventive job like inspection. The type of the corrective maintenance the UTM Healthcare Center implement is: first is a scheduled corrective maintenance, and second one is unscheduled corrective maintenance. Scheduled corrective maintenance means maintenance that is needed but not required to perform immediately. Second is unscheduled corrective maintenance, means maintenance that is required due to the critical failure. They must be corrected without the delay. For example, the maintenance need very emergency for leakage of pipes like that. UTM Healthcare Center using CMMS software to help reduce the asset downtime. CMMS means computerized maintenance management systems, like FT maintenance stores information about corrective maintenance activities and automatically build a maintenance history. During the critical corrective maintenance task, it also allows the technician to quickly check the asset service history, speeding up the troubleshooting and repairs. Corrective maintenance data can be analyzed to identify trends, spawning the future preventative maintenance that will help avoid future failures. Second, preventative maintenance. Preventative maintenance means the maintenance that is regularly performed on the piece of equipment to lessen the likelihood of its failing. It is performed while the equipment is still working so that it does not break down unexpectedly. In terms of complexity of this maintenance strategy falls between reactive maintenance and predictive maintenance. The type of the preventative maintenance are: first is time-based preventative maintenance, and second is usage-based preventative maintenance. Time-based preventative maintenance means a typical example of a time-based maintenance is trigger is a regular inspection on the critical piece of equipment that would severely impact the production in the event of breakdown. The second type of the preventative maintenance is usage-based preventative maintenance. It means usage-based triggers a fire after the certain amount of kilometers, hours, and production cycle. UTM Healthcare maintenance team implement preventative maintenance workflow to minimize the defects problem. The workflow, sir can see in the report. Okay, first the workflow in the first is select an asset. Second, define the PM interval. In between the define the PM interval and time interval is reached, we should set the calendar time or run time. After the time interval is reached, PM task is assigned, and then after the PM task is assigned, maintenance is performed, and then the repeat preventative maintenance flow. Repeat the preventative maintenance flow. This slide is explained about the life cycle cost of the replacement of the equipment. In this slide, we see the formula of the life cycle cost. Okay, first I explain what is the life cycle cost of the replacement of equipment. Equipment LCCA comprises life cycle cost, equipment decision procedures, replacement analysis, and replacement model. The decision to repair, overhaul, or replace a piece of equipment in the public agency fleet is a function of the ownership and operating costs. Life cycle costs for equipment have two components. First is ownership and operating cost. Ownership cost would include initial concept, depreciation, insurance, taxes, storage, investment costs, operating costs, investment costs. Operating costs would include the repair, maintenance, tire repair, fuel, operator, and any other consumable cost. When we see the next slide, this is the example of the life cycle cost. The life cycle cost of air conditioning system in a UTM Healthcare Center. After the parameters apply in this formula, we get that the LCC obtained for air conditioning system in a UTM Healthcare Center is Rn 11,105 ringgit. Next slide is explain about the discussion of this report. In discussion, the three main components are explained. First is a replacement work, second is a work service, and third is a repair work. In the discussion, generally 3 types of maintenance works were involved in a UTM healthcare center. There are normal work, urgent work, emergency work. 1 to 3 works were taken for ordinary work, which for the jobs rights way the action taken less than 1 week. Instead, the action must be taken for emergency work in 1 to 2 days. Among the activities maintenance involved in the type of the such as work. First, I explain about the replacement work. All materials, components and equipment for UTM healthcare center being have different rates of damage influenced by quality, the environment, the frequency in its use. Thus, the replacement of use for ensuring that each of the items that are in the critical point replace corrective actions cannot be made. Scheduled inspections should be done continuously for each recorded item intended to identify the failures and damage. Replacement can prevent adverse effects on the performance and functioning of the building. Among the items that must be observed consist of the 21 structural, mechanical system, electrical and water system are the main lifeline buildings. Second, I explain about the work service. Cleaning service were involved in the work service for their facilities and equipment. This service requires scheduling and should be conducted in accordance with priorities and the frequency of the equipment or facilities need to maintenance. Quantity of services is depend on the size range and the number of devices in the building. More and more large and equipment coverage, more services jobs are required and vice versa. The example of the works area, machines, windows and floors and others. And last discussion is about the repair work. Repairs carry out the address failures, defects of the facility and equipment of the UTM healthcare building, covering incompatibility methods and materials used in construction. Those appropriate services focus on early stages after construction is completed. Urgent repairs can reduce the maintenance requirement more frequent in the future. Repair work implement based on the complaints and consumer reports of the owner damaged building components, pump, tiles, lighting, air conditioning and so on affect the comfort of many. Now I explain about the recommendation of this report. UTM healthcare centers to update or develop their maintenance works and type of maintenance. When we compare other update buildings, they can maintain the buildings for a long period. One of the methods which UTM healthcare center can implement is applying condition-based maintenance as their type of maintenance works. Condition-based maintenance (CBM) is a maintenance strategy that monitors the actual conditioning of the asset to decide what maintenance needs to be done. CBM indicates the maintenance should only be performed when the certain indicators show signs of decreasing performance or upcoming failure. Other than that, update the method of calculation of the life cycle cost (LCC). For example, for now, UTM healthcare calculating life cycle cost manually. To detect the defects early, UTM healthcare need to find the alternative way to calculate life cost. For example, develop one software which can calculate the life cycle cost faster and assign the maintenance team to take over this calculation responsibility. And then the final slide is about the conclusion. From this report, we get to know the type of maintenance used in UTM healthcare center, the UTM healthcare center and the annual audit summary. The building maintenance technique is important that UTM healthcare center continue to be properly maintained to ensure that can be function as effectively as possible. The deterioration of the UTM healthcare center due to the lack of the maintenance could lead to the future financial burdens, post-legal and other industrial relation issues affect the delivery of the services. Moreover, identifying the UTM healthcare center building problems and understanding the building materials, its mechanical and electrical systems are aspects of process of conserving building quality and to ensure the efficiency of the facilities.